and it is the president of the outfit over there, Sam Kennedy, who joins us this morning. Hey, Sam.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Well, getting down to it, 15 left here, and an opportunity. The fate of this team when it comes to the playoffs is in their hands, Sam Kennedy.
It is for sure, and I wanted to just make mention. Appreciate you guys recognizing what a somber day it is around here, and obviously after yesterday, even a more somber day. But thinking back, listening to you guys talk about 9/11 and where you were, where we all were, it's just remarkable what's happened over these last 24 years. And for me, I was thinking back, listening to Courtney talk about being in elementary school and Curtis being in college. Greg, we're old, but I've got these vivid memories. That was our first year with the Red Sox, and obviously in April of that year, we had Wiggy out, came out from behind that flag on opening day. It was something that we dreamed up from San Diego. Actually, Theo Epstein and I were trying to sneak out of the Padres organization and get back home. And when Mr. Kraft said what he said, we're all Patriots. I remember that, just like Curtis being out there in California, and then having the opportunity to come home to the Red Sox and seeing those guys on the field that opening day in April was just surreal, being home. And the Patriots really started this whole era. Kraft family, it did, and it's been remarkable. But we'll never forget those who we lost. We all lost family and friends, and it's just a somber time around here, and really remarkable to think back to all that's happened.
Well, but, I don't remember because I'm old, as you mentioned. But Curtis or Sam, what did Major League Baseball do? Did they postpone games for a while? Yes. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, we did, and and then we came back with George W. throwing out that perfect pitch, as I recall, and it was unbelievable. There were so many moments, and but being a Boston fan, a New England fan, it was surreal being at Fenway watching. I mean, I actually have an image of Wiggy and Manny together down by the dugout, and we were all down there watching it. It's just crazy to think about. But seeing TV Tom Brady, it was crazy at Fenway Park, and Bob Kraft holding the Vince Lombardi trophy, and it's like, how is this all sort of happening? Baseball shut down for a while, and then came back, and I think sports was the one thing that sort of brought the country back together, and it was a really emotional time.
That was the coolest part. Winning the Super Bowl was cool, but coming out at Fenway trumped that, because I was such a Manny fan.
Yeah.
I was a Manny, and I was like, I told everybody, I'm throwing to Manny. I was like, searched them out, and it was so cool to be able to come out from behind the flag, and then I had never been on the field at Fenway, and then to throw it to the guy that I remember, when I was playing for the Jets and listening to 99, I think Manny was in Cleveland, and listening to it. It was so cool, that moment, to be able to be like, wow, it was like a kid in a candy store.
A texter is suggesting that I missed that part because I had already left the ballpark. But I was there for I was there for it, and it was you're right. It was incredible. And that pitch, I know Wiggy and I know first pitches and how difficult they could be. Yeah. That ball that George Bush, that was an absolute heater that he threw with I think a bulletproof vest on at Yankee Stadium, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and the story was that the umpire was out there, and it was actually a Secret Service person, and pretty incredible. But Wiggy, back to the first pitch. You remember the chaos? We had all you guys lined up, and there was 30 pitchers and 30 catchers, and it was hilarious. I mean, seeing Teddy Bruschi and Ty Law, Troy Brown, all those guys, and just having moved back from California, it was like seeing these guys. I mean, we watched that whole playoff from Pacific Beach Bar and Grill in San Diego, and then all of a sudden we were home at Fenway and seeing our Patriot heroes. It was unbelievable. And I agree with Curtis that the moment when Mr. Kraft said what he said, holding the trophy up after winning, it was like, we are all Patriots. I'll never forget that. Never forget that.
Sam, well, now looking at this current season, you look at the team that you have in front of you. When it comes to pitching, Connolly Early was a surprise for all of us. We were impressed. But when Cora was asked about him, he said that they need to look at making sure that Crochet and Bayo and Giolito are getting their regular rest spots. So figuring out where to fit him in. Would it be beneficial for a guy like Crochet to get extra rest around this time? How do you balance all that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you take a step back, we've got 15 games left, 5 3-game series. The goal is still to win the American League East and to get that bye. I mean, it would be amazing. It's going to be hard, but that has been the goal, and that continues to be the goal. We've got a series left against the Yankees, obviously this weekend. It's going to be huge, and then we actually go up to Toronto, so we've got a shot here. But giving guys rest is important too. You got to balance it, and Alex, nobody does a better job of managing that workload like Alex Cora. He's done a good job. It's really, really hard as you get into August and September, because if we don't win these games, we're not playing in October, but you've got one eye on the playoffs as well. So it is a balance, but great to have these performances. Conley was extraordinary. All the swing and miss he got, and just being so poised out there. I don't know about you guys, but he looked nervous in the dugout, and then all of a sudden he's up there on the mound, and it's like, whoa, what are we watching here? So it was pretty cool to see, and have his family there was great, and it was good. But it's a grind, and it takes a full complement of arms to get through this point in the season.
Sam, talk to us a little bit about, this season has shown a lot of mental toughness for this baseball team, the ups, the downs from trading Devers and, hitting a little bit of a slump. And I'm very critical of Cora, and I have to give him a lot of credit to be able to stick in there, and also the players, and just being able to deal with all the ups and downs and the obstacles to be in a position where you were in. Talk about how mentally tough that the managers, the players, the coaches are when it comes to what you guys been able to deal with and being in a position that you're in right now.
Well, you're right, Wiggy. We've had ups and downs over the course of what has been a fun season. But to be clear, it wasn't so fun back in mid-June. We had, coming off of a sweep of the Yankees, we made the deal with the Giants, and it was duck and cover time for us in the front office, and people were not pleased with what we did, and understandably so. Like, we get it, but this, I think, there's been a resilience with this group, which you've seen. Team has stuck together. Huge credit to Craig and Alex and the coaching staff, and obviously the players. So the group, every time we seem to be, hitting some type of a rough patch, we sort of turn around. But the 2 and 3 game losing streaks feel like, 10 days, 12 days. They're hard. And this group has been resilient and has bounced back. Now, look, we're in a position to go after the division, which is exciting. We gotta step up starting tomorrow night here at Fenway.
Sam, it seems like Wilyer Abreu not going to be back for the Yankees series, but hopefully next week. Is that still the plan?
It is, yeah. That's what they're telling us, and it's unfortunate because, as you've noticed the last week or so here, as we've gotten into September, we've really missed that bat in the lineup, and so we're looking forward to getting him back. It just shows you the nature of these injuries. So frustrating. I remember we weren't even thinking that he was necessarily going to go on the IL. And I think, he's a gamer and was trying to get back just too quickly, and it probably set him back, unfortunately. So, you got to manage these injuries very, very carefully. We've got the best medical staff in the business, and that's what they're doing. But it is frustrating, and I know he's frustrated. But if we can get him back for the A's series, that'd be huge.
Sam, it's been pretty remarkable from my perspective where you have been able to build for the future while contending, while also getting guys to sign long-term extensions at relatively team-friendly deals. I mean, the Chapman contract was shocking to me, given his season, him signing up here. Does it feel like that this roster is invested and wants to be here for the long term?
It does, and a couple weeks ago we had a player roundtable with say 7 or 10 guys, young guys, veteran guys, and a few of us in management and ownership. And the general message from the clubhouse was guys really love playing in Boston. And I think what's cool is you've got the veteran guys like Alex Bregman and Trevor Story and Aroldis Chapman mixed in with Garrett Crochet and Roman and guys that are new but immediately get it. And the veteran guys appreciate it. They've been other places and they've seen fan bases unlike Red Sox our fan base, and sort of you could literally see them in this session, sharing with guys what it's like in other places and how much better it is here, how much better it is to play in front of packed houses and in a market where people care about baseball as much as anything in their lives. So it's a group that wants to be here. That's a great thing, and our responsibility is to keep the right guys here for the long term, and that starts with players that want to be here. We want guys that want to play in Boston. We started this day talking about opening day 2002, and I think back over the 2.5 decades, and we got to lock down the guys that want to be in Boston and want to be at Fenway, because it's so special for that type of player. And that's something that we're focused on.
Speaking of those types of players who want to be here, there was a Passan report, and I've been panicked about it since that Alex Bregman has decided to opt out. Can you tell us if that's nonsense? You guys are still talking. You're not getting that feeling from him?
It's interesting. We were all surprised by that report, given we just haven't had discussions with Alex about anything other than the goal at hand right now with what's in front of us these next 15 games. So that'll all take care of itself. He wants to be here. We want him to be here, and I'll leave it at that. But he's such an important part of this season and what we're doing, and all focus right now are on these next 15 games, and toes crossed, October baseball.
All right, Sam Kennedy. Well, you accomplished one goal, and that was getting Heinz ketchup back in the ballpark. If you could go out and get a pennant, we would really appreciate that.
One step at a time, brick by brick over here.
All right, Sam, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right.